well, now I'm all the blissful and awakened and enlightened, and you're like, something is wrong with you, so fix yourself. Right?
Yeah. And I understood that I am controlling person. I want to know, I want to see, I want to exactly do what I have on my schedule.
This resistance to the way it happens, but maybe the universe has even better option for me, plan, where I don't need to put all this effort.
Yes. Why you are crying? What's wrong with you? Why you angry? Why you are like suppress feelings, don't cry?
Okay, now I want to get defensive because I'm feeling that I'm feeling guilt, and under this guilt there's this feeling of not being good enough.
But now I am love. I will go and inspire all my family. And I got so much testing from universe that
life will give you people and circumstances to reveal where you're not free. But I try not to preach to people like calm, and it's so like life-changing. They just see that I'm a different person now, and they. Hi everyone, this is me, Lily Boiko, and
hello, my name is Neringa.
Yes, and it's our eternally fantastic podcast. We're shooting now in our new studio in Vancouver, where Mira and I host a mini retreat. And by the way, we will have more mini retreats in Europe in the end of November in Frankfurt and Kiev. I will leave the website link, Best Education Choice, where you can learn more about them, and also follow us on all social platforms that are Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, LinkedIn, and I always forget what else. TikTok, yes, and on TikTok. So let's start from your impressions in general from Mira's programs, because you participated in quite a lot of them. It was Yogi's Heaven, right?
Yeah.
And it's even not just you, but your kids took Yogi's Heaven for kids, your fiance, and even your mother-in-law. So it's like your whole family did programs with Mira, and then you went to mini retreat in Kelowna,
yes.
right? And now here in Vancouver, and hopefully you will join us to our future retreats as well. By the way, in the beginning in January we have a retreat in Maldives. I will also December. Yeah, in the beginning of December. Yes. So all the links will be below. So yes, please share why actually you felt the desire to join the program, the first program that you tried, and how do you feel the difference in your inner state, your state of being after working with Mira, and what are they? Maybe your dynamics in your family changed.
Mm-hmm. So thank you for the question and thank you for having me here.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, I would love to share my experience. This experience actually, it's amazing. Why I wanted, I always were spiritual. I like meditations, I like all kinds of stuff, working with myself, inner work. But sometimes we just don't have right tools, we don't know how to work, and that's why I wanted to take Mira's Yogi's Heaven program. We worked a lot.
When was it your first Yogi's Heaven?
Summertime? Yeah, summertime. Actually, July. Yeah.
Okay, so just 4 months ago. Right?
Yes, correct. Yeah. So I discovered many stuff about myself, what I'm afraid of, but even I never thought about that. I always, if I can, I don't want to make conflicts. I am conflict avoidant, and I try to not go into details and go away with my ideas and feel inside something. So it means, and we discovered that I'm afraid of angry people eventually. That's why I'm protecting myself, and I don't want to talk about some topics. So
not to make the conflicts.
Yeah, exactly. Yogi's retreat, what gave me to watch my thoughts. The biggest thing, to watch my thoughts every single day, how I feel, what I think, and before I act on those thoughts, because we have thoughts, feelings, and we act on them. So before to act on those thoughts, step back and watch and just breathe. So I learned this. I really like that idea. It's one of the tools that I use. Then another tool what I like when I go to sleep. Before I go to sleep, I do mental rehearsal all the day, what happened, if I had something, got angry in traffic or whatever, not very good day with my children. So what I do, I just mental rehearse. I rewrite that day's story to make it positive. My brain thinks that, oh yes, that was good, amazing, and I feel so good about that
and
situation.
Also you can even rehearse how would you react better in the next time when you face this trigger, right? Then mental rehearsal is actually a very good exercise for to feel this state, this feeling when you, for example, if an angry person like triggers you and tells you something, you can rehearse what you can say. And we yesterday had the conversation that if a person attacks you, you just say that it's your perception of me, it has nothing to do with me, and just remove yourself from the conversation, that you let know that there shouldn't be no, you don't allow angriness in your space, right?
The most important thing that we all can learn when we have conversations, something happened in your household, with your husband, children, anybody, and you feel angriness, and you can't speak from angriness. What we can do, zip your mouth and do not speak. Remove yourself to work with those feelings, what is inside. Usually we don't do that. What we do, one screams, another screams, argue, and it's just becomes too hot.
It grows
in the atmosphere.
Yes.
So we need to step back and feel what you feel inside, and do not speak from anger. Nothing will be good.
It won't solve the conflict if you just react. And it's also useful to not only to understand what the emotion is, right? Anger, and then to understand where did it come from, right? So why you feel this feeling, and usually it goes back to childhood. And for example, when I participated in Yogi's Heaven program as well just a week ago, I learned that my basic emotion was not good enoughness. It's same as yours,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
very common.
we all have that.
We all have
I
it
think.
in different degree, yeah. But yes, I was all this student with best grades and having a lot of activities, was high performer, and now I've often felt guilty because of the feeling that I might be not good enough mother or not good enough wife, and it was very easy to put me in the state of guilt. And actually, this not good enoughness, it shows in so many spheres, in almost everything. Even, for example, my immigration status, I was thinking of applying for a green card in the US, and I was worried that I won't get it because I'm not good enough for like getting a green card. So it's like very deep, and I think it's the basis, the foundation of a lot of our concerns, fears, and so on. Yeah.
So how do you deal with that? Not good enough.
Just, for example, first not to react when for example, my child says that like you don't cook good food for me, and actually I understand that it's even not my child's words, it's my ex-husband's. But why I react on it, because I myself think that I don't cook good food, right? But because I wouldn't react if I didn't believe in it. But then I think, well, actually, I am good enough. I am giving him food. He's just not eating what I offer him, because he wants just snacks and all the fast food. But I don't tell him that. I just tell him, well, that's an interesting perception. Thank you for sharing. And like, that's it. So I don't, usually I used to get defensive and say that, oh no, I have food, and like, it's just you don't want to eat it. But he won't hear it, this defense, like it doesn't make sense to do it. And by getting defensive, I support this limitation that I'm not good enough.
Actually,
right?
it's funny. It's how it works for me too. I get defensive as well.
Yes. So
yeah, we don't want to, but we somehow get defensive. It means that it triggers us.
Yeah. So the key is to catch this trigger that, okay, now I want to get defensive because I'm feeling that I'm feeling guilt, and under this guilt there is this feeling of not being not good enough. And then when you understand it, you understand that it has nothing to do with me. Actually, it's just his perception, and I'm okay. Like, I'm doing what I can, and that's enough. I am good enough. Yeah. And if we started to talk about kids, you yesterday shared a very interesting story, how you stopped being triggered by the child's cry, right?
Yeah,
because you have a small child.
I do. I want to tell a story. Actually, it started from long ago. I was not aware. Everywhere very bent long before. In airplane, around stores, around me always were crying children, babies, children. And I thought, what is going on? Universe, why you are sending to me? And long before, I thought, no, I don't want to have children. They are too much work and they are always crying. So take away from me. It happened that then I planned a baby. So I have 3 kids now, and 15, almost 15, 13, and now 2-year-old. yes, recently I again discovered what does it mean to have a crying baby. And I thought that as a loving mom, I need to calm him down. Something is wrong with crying, but okay, he's crying. I need to feed. Okay, he's okay now. Maybe I need to change diaper. Oh, now it's okay, but still he's crying. Why he's crying? I try to rock him. I try to sing. I try to do many stuff, and he's crying, and he's crying, and I feel inside irritated, like almost all moms, I think.
Tired. Like.
Yeah, and when I talked to Mira, I connected and I told, what is going on in my life? Why I always attract those all crying babies everywhere? I am tired. I don't want to listen to them. And so we started to talk. I had such a good conversation, and we came deep down to my childhood. Actually, I told the story that I heard from my family. Mm-hmm. They told that I was very crying child. I didn't want to sleep. All the time I was crying almost. Seems, I don't know, don't remember. And that the stroller was almost broken from trying to put me to sleep. It means that I got scared, I was afraid, I don't know what kind of feelings babies feel, I don't remember, but it's deep down. Then we did meditation. Mira guided me to that meditation, and I felt all kinds of feelings, relief, and she gave me advice what I can do. When my baby is crying, I don't need to calm him down. It's nothing wrong with crying babies. They don't talk, they can cry. They express their feelings. And in this way, I don't need to fix my baby. What I can do, come sit beside, be with him, and regulate my nerve system. Because at first, if I am irritated, I feel I need to help, I need to do something. He will not be calmed down because he feels my vibration. So the best thing, just we need, as moms, we have some triggers. We have that from our motherhood protection. I need to calm him down, I need to put him to sleep while he is crying. So what we can do, just let them cry. Be together, let them cry. And you know what happened? In a couple of minutes, he just fell asleep. I was close together, I was around him, but I didn't need to rock for 30 minutes, for 1 hour, but sleep, please sleep, it's night time, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, mama needs to sleep. So it just, miracle happens when you understand how energy works, and it's nothing wrong to let babies cry. It's nothing wrong for us cry, because we have those feelings, we need to let it go. And especially toddlers, they don't talk, they can't explain themselves, so they explain through the emotions, feelings, through crying.
Yeah. And what happens with adults often, with most adults, they suppress their emotions and don't let themselves feel and don't let themselves cry. And of course, then they expect the same from other people around them. They won't let their partners express their feelings and make them guilty of expressing their emotions. And then when the child cries, they also feel guilty. It's not good enough, right? And try to make them peaceful and stop crying. but it's the kids' nature to express them, and while they can't express in words, if you made sure that they're healthy, right, nothing is bothering them, like you fed them and they changed the diapers, then just and kids also feel that your vibrations, as you told, that you're in resistance to their crying, and they don't feel safe to stop crying, right? And when parents, as you told with your stroller, when like they shake the stroller to make the baby fall asleep, the baby can't relax to fall asleep because it doesn't feel safe, like it's an earthquake in the stroller happening. So yes.
And I would like just to add on top about crying. So I came from different culture. I am from Lithuania, and from your country maybe too. We always we were taught to suppress why you are crying. What's wrong with you? Why you angry? Why you are like suppress feelings, don't cry. If you cry, it's so bad. So it came maybe from our even culture, from something subconscious. We took that and we are running on that program and making, and we want that around us nobody will cry. Why? Because we don't like that.
Yeah, because we don't let ourselves feel.
And what's happened when I worked with myself about that crying, babies, kids, what happened now, suddenly
crying kids disappeared.
Crying babies disappeared. I just flew to Vancouver, and I saw a few babies in the line at my airplane. Nobody were around me. I didn't hear anybody crying.
Yeah, because life will give you people and circumstances to reveal where you're not free. When you were not free with crying babies around you, universe got you crying babies just to so that you address this thing in you, right?
Yes.
And then when you worked through it, now you don't see them. Yeah. And also I wanted to ask you, since your fiancé also went to Mira's program, and then after he came back, you saw the difference, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think this inner work should be done by both partners? Why it's essential so that both partners do their inner work to make the relationship successful and loving for a long time?
Because it's very good benefits for your relationships, and if that inner work does just only one person, it's another person sees that you changed, something different, something happening, you don't react. Sometimes another person waiting from you to be defensive, or waiting from you to attack, and you just, okay, wait a minute, I have those tools, I will do now that
Another
pose, for example, and I will feel instead behavior. I choose to feel, pose, feel, and do not act on that. So it's very important that both couples, that a couple will take that course or work on inner transformation together. They can apply the same tools, they can discuss, they can see where we are going, what kind of problems now, what kind of triggers I have, what kind of triggers my spouse has, and how we can grow how we can support each other in this journey. Inner work, it must for everybody. It's as much we take care of our cars, we change fuel, everything we do, but if we don't pay attention into our inner world, it's not fulfillment. So it's not enough just only once go to retreat and feel that, okay, I did all my job, yahoo, now I am cool, now I am light, or whatever. If you don't do that work every single day, you will come back. And I came back actually from first retreat, Yogi's heaven. I felt so good. I felt, but now I am alive. I will go and inspire all my family, my neighbors, everybody around me. And I got so much testing from universe that, okay, from where it's coming, what is happening now? I'm triggered. And I stopped using those tools every single day. So how we need to take shower every single day, we need to work on ourselves and every single day. Doesn't mean that you have to spend hours
how much does it take you every day to...
I have a really busy life, 3 kids, all households, and I don't have much time. What I do early morning before my baby wake up or he wake up, and just 5 minutes to program my day, how I want to see my day, how it has to start.
Mental rehearsal.
Yeah, exactly. Then during the day, for sure, I will get triggered. Before I was so triggered driving. I am crazy driver. I want to speed, go fast, be first. And everybody, they annoy me. They are grandmas, grandpas.
Slow Canadian driver.
Yeah. And I attracted those drivers. I really attracted who is driving in front of me. 40, there is 60. I need to go, let me go. So what I started to do before I start to drive, like, I am okay, I'm not rushing anywhere, I will be on time. I just want to enjoy my driving. And now I don't see any grandpas or grandmas on my way. I am driving very normal. So that changed. What else I do? I do little meditation before. If I have time, I could do 20 minutes, 15 minutes during the day when my baby is sleeping. But if not, I do just before I go to sleep. Again, mental rehearsal. I watch what happened to my day, what I'm not happy, what I can change, and already think different way, and already I put different thoughts. So those my basic practices. And one more, what I do, I started to imply to one habit to watch my thoughts through the day. And actually it's very interesting. Sometimes I watch very funny movies.
Yeah. So when we don't take our thoughts seriously, we understand that it's just a thought. It doesn't mean it's true, right? Mm-hmm. Then we can be a neutral observer and not believe in the thoughts. And that is your higher self, it's not your mind, it's not your thoughts, it's the one who observes everything, right?
Yeah.
And can choose which thoughts benefit you and which don't, and you don't act on the thoughts that don't serve you, right?
Yeah, correct. So just be aware about that. And yeah, I say that you don't need to have lots of time. Sometimes 10 minutes it's still enough, but if you have more, for example, I love walking. Sometimes I do walking meditation, and I walk fast and then absorb my thoughts, my feelings, what is inside, and if I am experiencing some low vibration feelings, I let them to come here to feel that. I go walk fast, and then I convert in happiness, gratitude, love, like even that.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And I wanted to go back when you told that you wanted to inspire everyone around you after participating in the retreat. Actually, you did inspire, your fiance, and even his mom got inspired. And you sent your kids for Yogi's Heaven for Kids. And so how did you manage to do it? Because naturally, usually women are more open for inner work, and they start doing it, and then they want their partner to join, and it's like the biggest challenge for them to get their partner interested in it. And sometimes, usually, because men are more rigid, their mental structure is more rigid than women, and they are more like analytical. They are not that open as women to like spirituality, to emotions, to expressing everything, like being open, vulnerable, right? So how did you manage to get your fiancé join Mira's program?
So I just shared what I discovered, how it works, and I love that by being real me, and he saw how I changed, and I came kind of different person, more happier, big smile, and so then it just happened. Then he wanted, not from the first time. He told, I want to. I really needed to push a bit to book that retreat, Yogi's program, but he wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted. He was curious, actually, from curiosity. I inspired by showing what I got, what kind of tools I use now daily life, and that you can use. But he wanted to experience that.
Yeah. So you showed by your own example, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You didn't tell that. Well, now I'm all the blissful and awakened and enlightened, and you're like, something is wrong with you, so go fix yourself, right?
Yeah, you need to go. That's it. You need to fix yourself. No, not at all. I didn't tell him anything like that. Just inspired.
You just were more loving, right?
Yeah.
To him, and that's.
And actually, my mother-in-law, she saw first day I started to share what I got from that program and how I'm happy, what's changing in me, and she got inspired and she wanted to come.
And she's like 60 plus, right?
Yeah.
So, and for those people, it's even more.
She's very young and beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. I saw the picture, I think, but I mean that the older people get, the more rigid their mental structures are, because because it's just they lived longer with all their limitations that they believed in and they didn't see. That's why for them it's even harder to open up, like to become curious. So how can they live differently? And I remember after your fiancé left, his friend, who is also 60 plus, I think, came for the retreat in just several days. So, and in my example, I also don't like preach. I try not to. Maybe sometimes it happens too, but I try not to preach to people like come, and it's so like life changing. They just see that I'm a different person now, and they often link it to me moving to the US or me divorcing, and I'm telling that no, it's not that. It's actually just doing inner work. Yes, that moving and the divorce and the war in Ukraine and like some other stuff were catalysts for me diving in and understanding that I don't want to be in this like state of being of guilt, shame, fear, right?
You don't enjoy it anymore. You want to change. You are looking for a change. And I feel that many people, they don't enjoy, they don't like those stories, what they created years in those years. And they see, for example, you or me, I came, I did some work, and they see from us maybe that, wow, something is changing. Yeah, I want to.
I went skydiving and it even wasn't that scary. A thing that I would never do before. I thought it's so extreme, right? But now I work through my fears, and like the skydiving is the fundamental fears are fear of pain and fear of death. Right, and when you do the practices, for example, this practice standing on the nails, where you feel pain but you don't believe in it, but because you understand that it won't actually hurt you, or there won't be blood, because
you will not die from that.
Yes, you know that. And from skydiving you can die.
But I'm talking about nails, sadhu nails, that you can't.
Yes, it's just your mind who's in this survival mechanism tells that it's if you feel pain, then you should avoid it. But it's the same with crying, right? When we avoid feeling pain and we think that it's wrong to feel bad emotions. And actually inner work is not about like being all the time blissful, joyful, and it's allowing yourself to feel all spectrum of emotions, right? Because you can't feel that high amounts of love if you don't allow yourself to feel pain. Yes. Yeah, and let's. I have one more question from this Yogi Heaven program. What practice worked for you the most? Maybe last time or this time. What did you like most of all?
I like meditation with Mira. Guided meditation. She just has some power. I don't know. You feel something it's releasing, something it's growing, all kind of feelings around. So all the time meditation, it's fantastic. I like that singing bowl. It just goes to my soul. I feel I am drinking that sound. I'm listening, and all that sound comes to my all cells, to my body. I can't say one or another. I liked everything, and I think the beauty that she customized program based on the person who comes to her, and it's totally different. Mine would be when it's yours.
Yeah. During my program, what I liked the most, what I feel was very powerful for me, was the blindfolded meditation, which you also did today.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is too.
Yeah, because I cried almost all the way in the car.
Really?
Yes, because it was so liberating to just release control, because I'm used to like having plan A, B, C.
Oh, you
D.
have free control.
Yeah, control free, something like that. And now that I'm like a sole provider in my family, like being myself in the US, I'm thinking about like everything, right? As like you were a single mom before as well, and then it was so like relaxing to just like sit and let yourself be guided by Mira or like the universe. Yeah, just go with the flow and not think about anything, not think where I'm going, like what I will do there. Yes, and then she walked me, and same as we walked you, to a beautiful place. And I understood that I'm releasing the control. I won't apply for the green card. I will let the universe just make it for me effortlessly, right? Because when you try to predict, it never happens the way you think. You have this resistance to the way it happens, but maybe the universe has even better option
Plan,
for me, plan, where I don't need to put all these efforts to get it. Yes. And
yeah, exactly that. Blinded meditation, it's such a powerful tool to take away your control, because it's done. You can't see, you can't control anything. You are just going somewhere, you are driving, you don't know where it is. And one moment I felt uncomfortability, but I always need to know where I am, what I'm doing. And I understood that I am controlling person. I want to know, I want to see, I want to exactly do what I have on my schedule.
yeah.
And when I told to myself, okay, Neringa, it's enough. It's okay to feel in this way, but it's nothing I can't control. You have to let it go. And in times, we have those situations when we need to let it go. We can't control. And as you told, the best option comes to you.
Yeah, it's always like the best thing happens unexpectedly, right?
Right.
Yeah. And I even came here unexpectedly.
Me too.
Yeah.
Short notice.
Yes, and it's beautiful 3-4 days that we have this mini retreat. Yes, thank you for coming here and for coming to the podcast. And I also want to remind you again that we'll have mini retreats in Europe in the end of November and in Maldives in the beginning of December. You're also welcome to join us, maybe with your kids, maybe with your fiancé, your mother-in-law, everyone. We will be happy to see you. And follow us on all social platforms, Eternally Fantastic. Subscribe to YouTube channel and see you in the next episodes. Bye!
Thank you. Bye.